Hey, I'm Danielle, and you're gonna have to stick around to find out why I'm in a pile of half-folded laundry. What a cliffhanger. No, but basically this video is about fulfillment at work, and the reason I'm making this is because the last month of my life at work has been tough. It's been one of the busiest points of my entire life, and the reason for that is my role pretty much doubled, and I've just been maybe even a little bit more of that. So I've just been trying to stay afloat and doing my best to kind of do some things outside of the actual workday that set me up for success and help me to feel a little bit more sane. So stick around and I will walk you through what I've done over the last couple weeks. My hair may be a frizz fest right now, but even though it's humid, it is 70 degrees outside, so I'm not gonna complain. So I cleaned out my bag this morning that I use for work, and I feel like that's representative of what I need in my life right now, because I was like carrying all these things that I just didn't need to carry, and it was like 1,000 pounds, and that's just really symbolic. I feel like that's kind of what I'm doing mentally right now. Work's been hard lately, just with taking on a new part of a role, and I feel like I haven't been in the best place mentally just because I've been overwhelmed, and I realize there's some changes that I want to make. Just with any issue or challenge that you're having, you can change your perspective on it, how you're seeing, or your actions on it, what you're doing. And I feel like I can change both here. The first thing I'm doing is really just like a mental switch. So I feel like when issues come up, I'm kind of just like frustrated and I'm like, oh, why can't this just not be happening? And I'm resisting it. But I decided that I want to start seeing those things as those challenges as job security. It sounds kind of funny, but essentially when things come up, it's like, oh, I'm needed here. This is why I have a job. While I don't necessarily want to deal with those issues right now, I feel like I'll sense more of like a pull towards solving it when I feel like, oh, this is why I'm here, or, you know, this is what keeps me in this role, because I'm definitely needed. So I just got to work today and I'm gonna try this out and we'll see how it goes. So I'm in the car a few hours later. This whole morning was just like random stuff popping up, random issues, and you know what? I'm not even bothered by it. I feel like the main issue is actually like having that resistance towards it, but I just feel like when you embrace what's happening, you're like, this is just how it is right now. Okay, this is coming up, then you can kind of be more calm in the face of everything that's happening, and I'm feeling good about it so far. Okay, so last time we chatted was Thursday. It's Sunday now. The point we talked about was remembering that issues and challenges that come up in my day are really the reason I have a job, and using that as encouragement. We also talked about how sometimes it's about perception, sometimes it's actually about doing something differently. I think it really needs to be the second one here, because I've worked so many hours this past week and I can only, do so much on one person. So this is really about the fact that I need to get an intern, which I did get approval for, so I'm gonna focus on that in the upcoming week, because I really can't handle all of the issues and challenges that are popping up. So I need a little extra support, I realized. So anyways, I'm gonna go to the gym, get my sweat on, and kind of get ready for the upcoming week, and either we'll check in later today or tomorrow morning. Okay, so treating problems at work as job security and a reason why I'm needed didn't really do it for me. So on to the next idea here, and that is gratitude. I feel like this is something that I've heard a million times, but don't feel like I'm focusing on enough. So I'm a big journaler. I'm gonna take some time to kind of journal about what I'm grateful for in my job and see if that kind of changes my perspective and changes my approach on a day-to-day basis. So let's give this one a try. All right, Monday morning, fun stuff. On that note, I feel like there's kind of this common conception of like, Monday sucks, and there's like this camaraderie around it. Everyone talks about it, but honestly, it doesn't have to be that way. If you want to be like, yeah, Monday's great, or like, you know what, Monday's when I start to make money for the week, or like, you know, it's a fresh start. You can believe that too. But last I left you, we were talking about gratitude, and so I did a little bit of journaling last night about things that I'm grateful for, about my job, to kind of like bring more of a thankful energy, considering I've been very busy lately. It's been a little overwhelming. So to continue that note, I just want to kind of rattle off some things that I'm grateful for. It seems so cheesy, but honestly, I feel like it's effective nonetheless. All right, here goes nothing. I'm grateful that I can take my car to work. I don't have to take a bus. I don't have to fight highway traffic to get to work. I get free coffee at work. I work on a great team of people who are supportive and want people to like grow and do their best. I work in a community of amazing entrepreneurs. I'm learning a lot of new skills that I haven't been able to before. I feel like just purely because of the crazy amount of tasks that I'm taking on, that I'm able to learn how to accomplish more and like be as productive as possible. There's no time to delay anything because I just like have to do it as soon as possible, basically. And so I feel like that's a good thing to get in my system, so that like I can learn to do things without delay. And to round things off, I work in a cool looking building, and I actually moved up within my first 2 months of being there, so that's something to be grateful for too. So I'm gonna go ahead and head into work here in a minute, and we'll check back in soon. I promised myself I wouldn't stay late this week. We're off to a good start. It's Monday and it's only 10 after 5. Today wasn't bad. I mean, I'm not going to totally attribute it to the fact that I said 5 things I'm grateful for this morning, but overall pretty good. I do feel like I've been a little bit more lighthearted and a little less stressed. But when it comes to gratitude and how that plays into work, I feel like there's one more important piece. So we'll wait till I get home and get situated, and then I'll give you the details on that. Okay, where were we? So the other piece to gratitude is kind of like this deep acceptance of everything happens for a reason. So whether you hate your job, or you don't feel like you're in the right place, or you don't really know where to go next, or in my case, if you're feeling just stressed lately and like there's so much going on at work, just know that when you hold this idea that everything happens for a reason, you understand that there's a bigger picture involved. Essentially, you trade why is this happening to me for why is this happening for me. Thinking about it in a larger context and knowing, just this deep knowing, that all the pieces are gonna fall in place in a way that you can't even foresee yet. It's all gonna add up to the future, which we really can't anticipate no matter how much we try to. And so for me, I've been really busy at work lately, and over the past few months I've had to juggle a lot of different things, a lot of different gigs and ambitions, and it's been tough. So for me, I have to know, I have to remember that this is part of a bigger picture. I can really only connect the dots looking backwards, and that important things are happening right now. For example, in this new job, I've dealt with things that I've never dealt with before. And in taking on both a full-time job and a couple side gigs, I've really been able to get very efficient and remember my top priorities at all times. So if a gratitude journal doesn't seem like your thing, try this. Remember, everything happens for a reason, and just consider how what you're doing now, the challenges that you're facing, could possibly play into your future. So it's kind of late at night on Tuesday now. I'm just sitting here, a little floor desk, getting ready for tomorrow. I actually teach 2 yoga classes straight after my day job tomorrow, so I'm just getting ready, making the playlist and the plans for class so that I'm all good to go. And this is really the next point, that I feel like when I have habits that support my workday, things go more smoothly. One of those things is just like feeling prepared with the other pieces of my life, so I'm not worried about it while I'm at work. Because honestly, if you're worried about work while you're at home, and like home stuff or other stuff when you're at work, it's just all a mess. So I'm wearing my little blue light glasses so that I can fall asleep. I don't know if they work or if they're just a placebo, but I'm going with it. It's a few days later, and the reason that I have sweaty hair and a nice sweaty face is actually what brings me to my next point. I honestly feel like it's hard to be fulfilled at work when you don't really have habits that support like a happy work day. So for me, if I'm not blocking out time to exercise, get adequate sleep, journal, you know, make my lunch for the next day, then I feel like I'm in catch-up mode all the time. And really it's that simple list that makes the difference between feeling like I've got it together or like I'm falling apart. And I feel like it's a good starting point, that list, but everyone has their own list. You know, what are those things that you need to do to feel like your life's together, or to feel like you're taking care of your mental health, or like setting yourself up for success with what you're doing outside of your actual work day. And honestly, start small. Maybe you can pick 2 or 3 small habits, but really I suggest just starting with one. Build that habit, make sure that you've got that solid, and you're probably already gonna see some benefits. So yeah, figure out what that small list of habits is. That's really gonna set you up for success and help you have a good day at work. And now I'm gonna go shower because I can still feel the sweat in my hair. And we're back to the pile of laundry. To be completely honest, after all of that over the last couple weeks, I'm still feeling like a little scattered and like things are pretty crazy. I'm still very busy at work, and I think there's still longer in this adjustment period. I'm still working on a lot of things so that I can stay sane, you know, take care of my mental health, and, you know, stay somewhat organized. So I'm gonna continue to share what I'm doing. I would still love for you to try some of these things and see how they work for you and see if they make a difference. If you liked this video, give it a little like, subscribe so you can follow along as things progress, and thanks so much for watching.